going on, y'all? Did you miss me? Did you think I wasn't going to be back today? Here I am. Happy Monday. I titled this one, A Single Black Woman Over 30's Answered Prayer. And I just had a quick story that came to mind, and I was like, let me hop on and share with the people. So I'm Jamie Alexander. Obviously, you're on my page, but in case you're new, welcome. Please follow Loving Life Deep on Instagram. I help single Black women over 30 go from helpless to hopeful in love. I think we see a lot of stuff out here that makes us feel a little discouraged at times, including our own journeys. When it comes to love, even though we want it, we want the man, we want the families, we want all this stuff, we're willing to try again. But there's just little ways that we can get in alignment to make that happen in the right way for us. So let's go on the journey. Anyways, today I titled this Answered Prayers because I had a little story for you and I think you'll find value in it. So there was a point I got to in my life where I kind of got serious about really feeling like, okay, I want a husband. I'm going to pray about this. I was like, I'm going to fast. I'm going to pray. I'm going to do all this stuff. Like I went in and I really put in an effort that I had never put in before. Cause I was just like, okay, like, what can I do to align myself to the right person, the right situation, whatever. So I went ham. There was this 40-day fast going on. Okay. It was like, I think it was no sweets, no alcohol, I think masturbation. I don't remember what it was. Anyways, it was intense and it took a lot of work and effort. And there were beautiful things that came from this fast. But 8 days into this fast, I met a man. And hey, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in, B. Story time. So I met a man and I was thinking like, oh my God, I have been in prayer. I was intentional. I'm positioning myself for a husband. I made my ask. I just put that stake in the ground and I'm ready. And God is blessing me. 8 days into this fast, look, this man that I had been previously connected to, it seemed to come back around in the right time. Looking on the outside, I was like, oh, he has all the qualities. We're having all the conversations. I'm all into it. And just like, wow, my prayers have been answered, right? Hi, Tawny. And so, we're going about things. It looks good. It feels good. All of these things, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the journey, because it ended, hey, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in. So here I am thinking I'm doing all the right things. I go through this journey with this man and it ended. And when it ended in such a horrendous way. And it was such a gut punch to me. I was so blindsided. Whereas, okay, so first of all, your friends know when you're dealing with a dude that's not, but I had every excuse in the book. I'm like, no, but it's this, but no, but he's that. Like, no, don't worry. We talked about that. We're good. We're good. I had a couple of friends after a while that were like, no. Yes. WT Funk says, oh, what the funk is this? That damn journey always ends. But it's a good thing because I'm talking about answered prayers that we don't know are answered prayers. It just depends on our perspective. So I thought I was in alignment for this great man. He shows up looking like I want, smelling like I want, doing what I'm just thinking is the end all be all. I'm like, thanks God for my husband. Like, this is what I prayed for it. So whoop, here it is. And so it ended, and it ended horrifically in my book because I was so invested. I was so open. I felt so sure in ways. And it was like a gut punch, sucker punch, knockout. I was like, is this what really happened? This is what I was really dealing with. And it was so hard on me that it shocked me out of my stupidity. I shouldn't say that, but I can laugh at it now because my prayer was for a husband. And God showed me so loud and clear every single reason and thing that was keeping me from one. Because sometimes you can't see yourself. Sometimes you don't know how to get out of the habits that you're in. Sometimes when you make concessions for people's ridiculousness, you think you're giving them grace. You think you're being understanding. You don't realize how much you're putting yourself to the side, or really that you're making bad decisions. Like if you're in a habit, you can't always see why. And my genuine prayer for a husband and my effort towards that really did bring a man that showed me every single thing that I was doing to keep myself from what I really want. I'm saying I want these things. I'm praying for these things. My heart feels these things. I know what I deserve in theory. I can say it. But what in my beingness, what in my vibration, what in my energy, what in what I am allowing and have allowed had been blockages from that. So, yes, ask God for a husband and Satan sends an F boy. And I was saying that for a long time. I was like, I'm going to stop saying my prayers out loud because the devil can hear him and is messing with me. But it was God all along. So I'm sitting up here like, wow, I was able to identify and address my chaos. When I look at this dude now, and when I think about our last conversation, it grosses me out. He's gross. It's nauseating. But you know what? I have to be real. Looking at him was a reflection of me and the stuff that was in me and the stuff that I was doing. It is gross and it's nauseating. But it was because I asked and I prayed for a husband. It was such a shocker to get everything that was keeping me from that. So it was almost like the biggest wake-up call I've ever had. Because I had done the self-work, I had done the healing, I had done the growth. I just hadn't walked out the walk. And I put myself in a habitual situation. I couldn't see what I was doing. I didn't understand. I thought I was doing things the right way. And so I was really able to clearly look back and me and this guy's relationship and think, this is not good. This don't feel good. This, when I see, and I started going through everything like, oh, got it. Loud and clear. Because the way I feel, I literally never want to feel this bad ever again. And it didn't come from a place of fear because I'm more than willing to love. I'm more than willing to keep at this thing because I really deep down feel I am a wife. I am a mom. This family thing is something that I'm doing. This is me. You know what I mean? But instead of letting it discourage me and scare me, I allowed it to empower me and inform me. And it was the best information I ever got because, again, I was able to knock out every single thing that's been keeping me from aligning with what I deserve thus far. So I just kind of wanted to share that story and how it made me feel at the time. But that feeling of looking at this dude and being like, ugh, that was really a mirror reflection of all of the ick I needed to stop doing. I didn't even know I was doing it. I know. Sometimes God has to send you a mirror. And it's not like I was outwardly behaving like he is, but what I allowed attracted somebody who was cool with doing with what he was doing. It was disgusting. But so is my behavior. If that's what you're blind, that's what you can't see about somebody. Oh no, you got to change your vetting process. You got to change how you show up. You got to change what you allow. Girl, I need you to understand what's going on with your healthy boundaries. What's going on with moving past your intuition and not seeing and moving accordingly. Like you got to check yourself because this feeling that you feel, you can never literally do that again. We can't ever do this again. You don't deserve it, And then I just started loving on myself, growing, looking in retrospect at the relationship, pinpointing all of the ways instead of blaming him, instead of men are dogs, instead of dudes cheat, instead of dudes are liars, instead of all this stuff that we outwardly put on people in the environment and blame as something that's happening to us. It was a chance for me to ask myself, why did you allow this? When you felt this way, why didn't you say anything? When you were going through this, why didn't you? It allowed me to talk to me because I'm willing to take accountability. If we do not take accountability for our journey, it's going to be pretty impossible for you to get better. It's going to be impossible for you to align with what you desire or to move forward in your life because Our lives are not only a reflection of us, but we have the power to create our reality. So if we're not seeing how we play part in the demise of our relationships and the falling apart of things and our delusions and our habits and all of this stuff, if we're not privy to that because them, they, it's everybody but us, you ain't gonna grow and you're not gonna get what you want because you're the one doing it. At the end of the day, it wasn't even about blaming myself, but it was, this is my journey. I'm the director. This is my movie. Why you cast him? Let's talk about that. Jamie Muir. Okay. So at the end of the day, there was a long time where I was really angry. Like, why? Why being in such a genuine ask, in such a genuine place, and with my heart wide open, would you send me that? God, you're mean. But really, it's like my prayer was answered. It just didn't look the way I thought it was going to look. I thought God was going to answer my prayer with my happily ever after, but instead, He answered my prayer with everything that's keeping me from it. And I'm so grateful for the lesson. Like, y'all don't understand. It was a wake up call that I needed. I was missing things, and then they were shown to me like this, like, girl, I want you to have a husband. I want you to feel loved. I want you to have a family. I do. Get it together. Tony said, that's so good that you were able to keep your heart open to falling in love after that nightmare. Yeah, she personally knows what I'm talking about. But we gonna leave it anonymous. We gonna leave it all anonymous. But you're right. But that's what emotional maturity does. That's what growth and healing does. That's what willingness does. This is evolving. We're grown now. We cannot fall into the mindset of, woe is me. Everybody does this to me. I'm never going to find. I'm sure we've all had those seasons. I have. That's why I'm doing this. Please follow Loving Life Deep on Instagram because I help single Black women over 30 go from helpless to hopeful in love. I've felt helpless. I've felt despair. And I had to move past that. I had to move past the idea of like, man, I don't want to do another Christmas alone. I don't want to do another this alone. Or I don't want to, how many years I'm running out of time. All of the thoughts, all of the things, all of the feelings, been there, done that, moved on. And it was because I grew, I evolved, I fought through, I stuck with myself. I did what I had to do to put myself in alignment. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's not the dating pool. It's not social media. It's not, there's more women than men. It's not what men ain't willing to do. It's none of that stuff. I'm talking about the woman in the mirror. Oh, yeah. I'm asking to change my ways. Feel me? And it's okay. That's what we're here for. Go through the ugly things. Go through the hard things. Be alone for a while. It was ugly. When everything first hit, I didn't eat for 5 days. I mean, I'm telling you, I was shocked. And then when I look in retrospect, I was like, really? Were you really that shocked though? You didn't see the signs? No? Let's get better at seeing the signs, please. Because we're not doing this. So yeah, of course I'm open again because I know the whole world isn't against me. I just know I need to align in order to receive. And that's okay. That's in my power. That's why. When you look at yourself as a victim, you feel powerless. And when you're powerless, you can't move from there. But as long as you know that it's within your power to change, within your power to grow, within your power to see, and that everything happens for your good. I had to keep telling myself that no matter how crappy I feel, what's the lesson in this? What is the good for me out of this? Everything happens for my good. What good can I see from this? Because I'm about to... But you got to be stronger than your circumstances. They're just circumstances. There even became a point where I was looking at myself like I was watching a movie, and opposed to being like in it. I was just watching it like, okay, this is what's going on. Let me see. All right. We don't need to fall into despair. Let's see what's really going on here. And that's powerful. That is going to put you in a place and position to receive everything you want. And this is what I want to continue to share because it's beautiful. It's like a chaotic, beautiful, ugly, fugly, lovely mess. Like this is life and we're all getting through it. But the faster we can see these things and move in a way knowing that we create our reality and that we have more agency over these things than we think, and the faster we can get to that, I believe we'll be able to align with what we're supposed to have much faster than giving up and thinking this and I'm a victim and I'll never and I can't and too long. And those are not thoughts that serve. Thoughts that serve are like, all right, how does this serve my highest good? What is it that you need me to see? This happened for what reason? I need to understand. How can I grow from this? Ask empowering questions and you'll get empowering answers. And that's how I was able to look at this very disgusting situation because it was bad. It was bad. It wasn't anything that I should have been caught up in. And how do I turn that and be like, this is amazing. I needed that because now I'm good. And, you know, it took what it took to get there, but it's all good. Yes, J8. Salute, Jamie. Happy Monday. Have a great week. I absolutely will. Let's speak that into existence. But y'all in the chat, you feel me on that? That was it. I just wanted to remind you that when you have a prayer, the answer is always on the way. It's coming to you. But please be open to it looking just a little bit different than what you thought it would look like. I thought it was going to look like happily ever after. And it really looked like, nah, girl, this is why if you don't stop doing this, ain't no happily ever after. I need you to, it's okay. I know you've been through things. I know you've had ideals. I know. But what I want to do is give you what you're asking. So let's get this stuff out the way and give you that. So I don't know. I want you guys to go over some of the things you think you didn't get. I want you to think about your current prayers and release the need to know how they're going to unfold. Release the attachment to the outcome and how. We are humans. We know this much about infinity. So let's let God work. Let's let divine and universal law and spirit. We can only co-create when we let go. If we know everything and we're doing everything, where's the room for divine to come in and just play? Be open to the magic, be open to the possibilities and make room for it. So that way you can actually have what it is you desire. You down for the ride? I am. And it just keeps getting better and better. Do I look like I'm missing out on God's blessings over here? Let me stop. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please, if you like this video or if it resonated with you, comment it. I love seeing your thoughts and hearing from you. If you feel like a friend could use this, forward this along. It's a little bit of a long message, but it ain't longer than anything else. But like, comment, subscribe, share. I'm a comment and give as much as I can. Follow Loving Life Deep on Instagram. I have so much more to come. I'm just getting started. So thanks for rocking with me. Just y'all showing up and your comments and your appreciation for my energy. It goes a long way. So thank you for tuning in. And until next time.